Guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a little bit different of a video. So I was just watching a video by Suzie. She runs the running YouTube channel, I Run Things, and she was doing a one-take vlog. And I thought, maybe I should try that. Maybe I should try doing a one-take vlog. And I started thinking about all the problems that come with doing a one-take vlog because I edit my videos heavily. And I usually look at the waveform so I can see where my speech patterns are, and whenever there's a little gap, I will cut that out. So when you're watching my videos, it's usually jump, 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 and you never hear me stop talking, usually. So I'm going to try and talk a little faster, and I'm going to try and keep my train of thought going. So this video is actually going to be more like a vlog. Sorry, this video, see, I would cut that out. This video is going to be more like a live stream in the fact it's just me talking to the camera without actually editing anything. But I wanted to talk to you about running in the heat. And I've been meaning to make this video because it seems like every running YouTuber has put a video on running in the summer because there's a heat wave all across the Northern Hemisphere right now. Bit of a nightmare here in Florida, and speaking of nightmares, I had a horrible run a couple of days ago, and I wanted to talk to you about that because it really was horrible, and I actually had to lay down. I had to get in a cold shower after. The second I got out of the shower, I got in bed, and I probably laid there for an hour. Elevated heart rate. I had drunk a lot to replenish everything. So the couple of things I'm going to talk to you about today are how you can get better running in the heat and things you should be doing. And then I'm going to talk about a study that my buddy Joseph Cumming pointed out to me. We follow each other on Strava, and because he knows I'm always running in the heat, he sent me this article in Trail Runner magazine. And it's pretty fascinating because it just gives a little scientific reasoning for the benefits of running in the heat. So that's what we're going to talk about. Let me roll the intro quickly. So I say it was a one-take vlog. I actually made one cut right there. I didn't stop talking, but I wanted to insert the intro right there. So let's talk about my run today. I didn't take any run footage because this is a one-take video, but I did run 11.01 miles, which is about 17.7 kilometers. It was pretty hot. But the thing about today's run is that, you know, now that this is a one-take vlog, I'm having a very hard time getting my train of thought going, but it is now about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And at this point, I have been up for 24 hours. So last night, I actually had to work from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and I had gotten up at 1 in the afternoon the day before to go to work at 6. But that bad run I was talking about had happened yesterday. The bad run happened yesterday. I had a pretty good run today, but I got home at 6 a.m. and it was left such a bad taste in my mouth that I wanted to get out before the sun came up. And I'm really glad I did because the run was about 100 times better. But I've been up for 24 hours, probably going to be an early night tonight. We're probably talking 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. And I am losing my train of thought again. But of course, Tired Matt. Tired Matt doesn't work well, especially when he's not going to be able to cut out all this rubbish that he's talking. But when you are running in the heat, so you've probably seen my pictures on Strava, you've probably seen my pictures on Instagram when I'm wearing my long sleeve shirt and my flat hat. Chris, that running guy, you remember he made fun of it, saying it's a child's hat, but that child's hat does keep the sun off me. And that is one of the best things you can do when you are running in the summer heat, especially in the summer sun, and that is to dress appropriately. You want to cover up from the sun. The sun, it doesn't really do your skin any favors, so avoid skin cancer, cover up. If you have exposed skin, go ahead and put sunscreen on it. I do have a list right here. And so when you're running in the heat, I want you to start slowly. Now, we all know you need to start your runs slowly. Don't make any decisions in the first mile, but you need to start that run slowly so you can really let your body get used to the run. Because running in the heat, let's be honest, it's not fun. Have you ever been sick? Have you ever had a fever? And how bad you feel? You know how bad you feel when you get a fever. That is what running in the heat is like. it just doesn't feel good. All right, there's no getting around it. Running in the heat does not make you feel good. So start slowly, warm your body up, and you'll feel better before you know it. Now, you're not gonna feel great because it's too hot to feel great, but you've got to start slowly. When you're running in the heat, your heart rate is going to be higher. Know that. Know that your paces are not going to be the same. So if you usually run at X pace and your heart rate is Y, know that your heart rate is going to be Y plus 1 and your pace is going to be X minus 1. So your pace may be a bit slower even though your heart rate is a bit higher, and that's okay. That is really okay. Just accept it. Just accept that. Avoid the hottest part of the day whenever you can. So I guess the main problem with my run the other day where I really got into trouble is that I was running in the heat of the day. Now I told you I woke up at 1 p.m. and then I went for a run then. That probably contributed to the horrid run that I had because it was the hottest part of the day. I was all covered up. I had a bottle full of ice water and noon, so I had my electrolytes, but it just wasn't enough. There's only a limit that dressing right and liquid can do if it's really that hot. Ultimately, you know, in hindsight, I probably should have slowed down. You know what? I probably should have slowed down. I probably should have done something else. But, you know, we've got those goals and we want to stick to them. So I've gone over a couple of things already just in that little story. I want you to hydrate. I want you to carry a bottle with you. That way you can drink as soon as you're thirsty. You're not waiting. Now, I do know a lot of friends go ahead and put bottles on their route that they're running so they can just run and drink. But if you get thirsty before then, what are you going to do? So I use the amphipod bottle. Okay, it's linked in the show notes below, and that just hugs my hand. I don't actually have to hold on to it, but the handle just kind of grips. It's really pretty good. Okay, so what do we have? Stay hydrated, dress right, avoid the hottest part of the day, know that your paces are going to be different, slower, your heart rate's going to be a bit higher, and start slowly. I've already said that we should probably find alternatives. Don't run in the hottest part of the day. If you've got no other option, do something in the house. Go to the gym where there might be air conditioning. Okay, so those are the things that I just wanted to talk about as far as what you do to run in the summer heat. It's not easy, but we've got goals and we have to put down our goals so we can achieve them, right? Okay, so let's just talk about the study briefly. Let me just point out that I am not a fan of this one-take vlog. I do not like talking this much. My mouth is getting dry, but we're going to keep on going. So there was the study, well, there were several studies that they mentioned in Trail Runner magazine, but ultimately, running in the heat is comparable to running at altitude. It's just the fitness gains you get from running in the heat, they take a bit longer to realize. So there was a 10-day study where they used cyclists. And in that study, okay, so let me tell you how they think mechanically it works, how the heat actually benefits us when we're running. And that is, it increases the blood plasma. So blood is very basically made up of two things. It's the red blood cells and the plasma. And when you run in the heat, your plasma actually increases. I've got a gardener out there walking by looking in. But I'm not going to change the camera. I'm going to keep talking. So when you run in the heat, blood plasma increases. When your blood plasma increases, it lowers the hematocrit. Okay, and that is the percentage of red blood cells in your blood. So you're not getting rid of red blood cells, but if your plasma increases, then the ratio of plasma to red blood cells, it increases. So there is more plasma compared to the red blood cells. That triggers your kidneys to produce EPO, which produces more red blood cells. Now, this doesn't happen immediately. It doesn't happen immediately, but summer's pretty long. So know this, that if you continue to run in the heat, your body will make more red blood cells, and red blood cells is probably the key thing that will make you run faster when summer's over. Especially here in Florida. It's very hard to run fast here in Florida, but the second it starts getting cool, all those summer miles, they come back to pay off, and times are great. Okay, so let me just give you an example. A long time ago, I ran the Manitoba Marathon, and it's in June. So I'd already had several months of running in Florida, getting used to the heat, training. The Manitoba Marathon was only my third marathon. So way up in Canada, even in June, a bit chilly in the morning. But that was the first race that I ran a BQ at, which at that time it was 3:10. And my previous marathon time was 3:27 in a Florida marathon. So on my third marathon, I actually dropped 17 minutes from just going to a cooler climate because I had been training in the heat. And as soon as I got somewhere a bit cooler, then I saw those benefits. So guys, I know it's miserable to run in the heat. I have told you the ways that we can run better in the heat, the ways to cope with it, the ways to deal with it, the ways to actually get out there and be as comfortable as we can. But what I want you to do is to stick with it, because it does pay dividends, all right? It will benefit you in the long run. Use these warm summer miles and it will pay off when it comes time to race day. Guys, this has been a lot of talking. I am gonna go get something to drink. If you got any value from this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, you know what, I'm not even gonna say it because I cannot believe that anyone that is not already subscribed has sat through me just rambling on like this without any B-roll. Although I may put B-roll in actually as an after effect while I'm talking. That still counts as a one-take vlog. But anyway, you know the drill. Guys, thanks for watching. Listen, if I know that some of my ride or dies are actually going to watch to the end. So if this is a type of video that you liked, if you liked seeing me struggle, talking to the camera, trying to keep everything, my thought process in line without making any cuts, let me know in the comments below and maybe I'll do another one, although it was very uncomfortable. But my discomfort is only made better by the fact that I'm not going to edit this video. So it's going to be pretty easy to put up. Guys, be kind, be happy, run well. New videos twice a week. We got live streams every week, and I'll see you next time.